Hi y'all, what's up Jack? How everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat with they thumb Jack. I know Trey ain't back at it again. Cause when I went live the last time, boy did I tell y'all, man, it was an employee. They got to stay at the hotel because it seemed like all the employees resident is the Crown Plaza Hotel. Make it so bad, Trey ain't so smooth with it that if you watch that last live, you finna understand this, cause we went over the timestamp right in the live. Matter of fact, let's do a disclaimer. Disclaimer first, use all education purpose use only. All rights, image, and music clips and other material belong to their respective owner, and we do not claim ownership. Now, everybody heard what I said in my last live. So when you watch this live, now you finna see why Gina McGill released this statement. I told everybody who Gina McGill is. She is nobody to be played with, bro. I told y'all, this lady know these people. She went to the same college with these people. So with that being said, everybody know this here for a fact. Oh, we know what time it is now. Since we can knock 2 hours off that footage. If we knock 2 hours off the footage, you know what time this is, right? It's no more explaining why she in the lobby. It's no more explaining why he in the lobby. It's no explaining no more why these people in the lobby roaming around. So when Gina McGill was calling Zach, guess what Trey Gang exposed? Oh, she exposed the police officer. Trey Gang showed y'all the police officer, right? Thumb me up, right? Let's get everybody in here, sure, like right now. Everybody show y'all, it is Paul, man. He scrolled through the lobby in the front there telling him go that way, and that's when everybody on the move. So check this out. When you go to Gina McGill's statement, since she mentioned Paul Manning, look what will be going on. Right at 1:30. Put it like this here. If this a witness statement that came, right, and the police were like, look, we're going to keep it at this timestamp because we say we found her in the freezer. So at Tucson. Yeah, she walked in the freezer at Tucson. Y'all remember Little Meek story? Oh yeah, she was in the freezer messing herself up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She walked down there actually. So if you think about Little Meek story and Gina McGill story and this statement, why Gina McGill is this fabricated paperwork? This just to show you proof right here. Trey Gang looked into Gina McGill so bad. This just show you law enforcement. This just show you how much power Gina McGill got. This lady got what? Investigation officer. Detective. Dolokosov. See what I'm saying? So, what make a long story short, if you watch my live, I ain't got to tell the pie y'all guy because they already know what's going on. It's for the new people that's, you know what I'm saying, still confused about the Kenneka Jenkins case. Go back to Trey Gang Live and you finna understand this. Oh, if this said, let's say at 1:30, this is what you would get at 1:30 on the footage. Hold on. Oh, ain't this what you would get 1:30 on the footage? So when you think about Little Meek story, why they could keep this in mind, if Kenneka is in the lower level, Guess who at the front desk? Oh, they ain't got the front desk on her, but I'm gonna pull the front desk up. Boom! Staff member. We ain't got to pay no more attention to these bastards. We just want the staff members, right? Won't this make sense? Boom, at 1:30. Yeah, we was in the kitchen. And this some drunk girl came down there. And me and Macho, we be in the freezer smoking all the time on the weekend. Now look what this will be going on, and then read this again. You know what's going on in the footage at 1:30. No doubt who would be in the lower level kitchen with Kenneka. No doubts about that. So look what will be going on in the freezer department according to this letter Gina McGill release. And watch how this add up. So you got everybody in this location. Don't it fit Gina McGill narrative? It fit the whole narrative. And then when it fit Gina McGill narrative, y'all remember this right here? Security went and got her from the freezer room, and guess what time this will be going on? At 1:30. Hi y'all. Look, 1:30. Look what this show at 1:30. Look what this show at 1:30. Look what they got Kenneka heading to. Look what Bree will be coming from. Look what these bastards would be coming from, and look what everybody would be heading. And then when you find out the T of Gina McGill and do your research on her, oh, that's why Miss Reese and them didn't want Gina McGill on the scene. Cause look, if you mess this up at 1:30, everything match up. And guess what he said at the end of this letter right here? Macho want to go again, but started getting crazy. He bit the titty and got mad, so he picked her up and her on the. He started to believe. We was told. Wait a minute. And we was told Macho to chill out, and he was pissed. He put a bag over her head, and she was on the floor fighting. And she was still alive. She was coughing and crying. And Macho turned around and turned the freezer on. And turned the lights off. And told us let's go. The next day Macho told us the family in causing trouble. And don't worry that his guy's gonna hold us down. And I see people talking about it. And y'all see that? Guess how we just match a timestamp up with this timestamp? With this timestamp. Look what this timestamp showing at 1:30. Motion sensor going out. Everybody on the footage, they're gonna show you everybody at the pool. In the location, at the back door. Alright. So look, guess what time everybody gonna be at the back door? Look where everybody going. Right at Tucson. Right at 1:30, if they're gonna be in the kitchen, guess what French K gonna be at? Mm-hmm. Cause he was missing for 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So now look where everybody be going. When you hear Macho's statement, look how Macho and the person that's gonna be in the freezer, and think about Little Meek's story. When Little Meek said she died between the hours of 1 and 2. Do I got to pull that up again? I don't think so, cause everybody saw that video. Right? So look, this at 2 o'clock. So if you got this, look what this person's saying. You see the security, big eye, and he started writing down things. Guess what time we started seeing security at the front desk start writing down things? In this time frame when he came back from whatever they came from. Now keep this in mind. Like, sure this shit. Cause the receipts is there. Now look at this. When I told y'all there was a part of the Illuminati, this Mike Larry channel. And this it was his logo when he had the Mike Larry 2010 John. This was his channel right here. Right here. Guess what video that he sharing? That Kenneka supposed to be look, you see that? Kenneka supposed to be entering, and they look, and once you do audio, look who you will see in her. But guess who video that he's showing? A staff member video. That's where he'll get it from. Now look. This is why they're gonna need freezer keys at 2 something. 2:39 to be exactly. That's when Mr. Risa calling the hotel talking about checking no camera. Cause she trying to catch the hotel look, cause that's when you gonna see evidence of foul play when it comes to the style, right? How she get in the freezer. This how she got in the freezer. With the keys. It's on video. It's on video. How they got the keys? You got to go to the front desk and get the freezer keys, bro. You got to go through security to get freezer keys. You see what I'm saying? So that's your proof right there. So while this was going on, that's why Mr. Risa was calling the hotel trying to get everybody, the public, to be on her side with like, if they figured it out, this how she got in the freezer. Here go they prove, Miss Teresa proved this how she got in the freezer. Right here. This how she would get in the freezer. Look what the timestamp is show. Now, when you go to this, they already in the freezer. This the cold part about it. That's why the lawyer showed 2 different freezer doors. So when Trey Gang showed y'all the lawyer interview when he showed completely freezer door, guess what cooler they was in smoking? Right above the camera. Right above the camera when Livinora said, yeah, my mama asked did that camera work, and they said I'm not sure. That's the camera right above the cooler that they showing you Kenneka entering the freezer. You see what I'm saying? Do that make sense now? We got a major timestamp now, gang. we done narrate this down to what's actually going on. Cause if this all this was actually going on, this just blow Nora narrative out the water. Oh, that's why you released those videos talking about, yeah, Irene went live at 1:36 and then TY went live at 2 something. And that's just a cover up for what was going on at 1 something at 2 something. Cause look what's going on at the hotel at 2 something. And then look what's going on at the hotel at 1 something. Hi y'all, everybody. You see what I'm saying? Boom. So when Trey Gang went live last night and said, look, y'all see this? You got employees changing clothes. You got employees in the kitchen way before all of this happened. Leading up to all of this. This how you finna know, gang. Check this out. If you watch me, this how you finna know. Oh, I feel you, Trey Gang. That's why they got so many questions, cause you be going live and stuff, and they be missing your live and stuff, and then they come to the next live and be like, you see what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on. See, they don't know what's going on. Look what be going on at 1 song. Boom, the front desk, boom. Something happened at 1 song, right? Boom. The motion sensor was alerted. Security was called. Keep that in mind. Security was called at what time? Bam! The motion sensor will be going off, and nobody was watching the pool at this time. Who would be at the pool area at the back door? Around 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Nobody watching the pool. Who in this area? You seen the surveillance footage, and they ain't showing everybody, but you seen everybody on this footage right between the time, right? So why this person would say, yeah, nobody watching the camera, and that time of the night in the kitchen too was closed, not up under construction, but the kitchen was closed. Guess where the kitchen at? Right here. This the private area and that's the kitchen. Look, on the other side of this wall is a ballroom. And when they showed you Kenneka walk on the other side of this ballroom, that's where the kitchen is. This where the kitchen is. So when you add this timestamp, think of this story at 1 song. Do this match up now? Boom. If that's going on at 1 song, 1:30 in the morning, then match this up with 1:30 in the morning. Guess what you seen on the footage? I rest the case. Yeah, let's get those lights up right now. We got timestamps. So watch this. And to prove it, did you watch my live video when Trey Gang said, ooh, French Cave on the move, y'all? He look, when this lady right here, this when French Cave finna come up missing. When I said, oh, where French Cave went? He must have had to take a break. And he missing for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And I show everybody the footage. Cause you're gonna be like, oh, cause when Kenneka was down here on the lower level and that lady came, this when French Cave finna walk out the door front desk at 1 something, right after when she go to the front desk. You got French Cave coming out the office. And guess when you gonna see him again? When they come up. 30 minutes later. 30 minutes later, right? So when you match this up with 130, do I need to go to school game video? Hold on, matter of fact, I might need to go to school game video. Let me go to school game video. And let's see what Little Me said. This finna go back to the same timestamp, right? Listen to what he said where Kenneka would be at one song. Watch this. Watch this shit. This finna go back to this. Then once you get to the Magda Morgan story, once you add the Magda Morgan story, they right there with the cooler. Y'all remember the cooler is right here. They cropped out. You see what I'm saying? That's why all the traffic in the Magda Morgan videos on this way, not that way. This the freezer that the lawyer would show to the world on this side, not that freezer. So if you got a Magda Morgan video coming telling y'all, look, she in the kitchen right here, even though the video edited and all this and it been tampered with, but one thing she got fact, it was going down right here in front of the cooler. So if you match Gina McGill, if you match this up at 130 with the footage, that's why you got Little Me saying this at the elevator. At what time? Hold up. Let me find it. Then I'm gonna play the video. We talking about 1:30 to 2 o'clock. We talking about 30 minutes here. Man, where that John is? Right here.
I get so scared, so I thought, like, who put...
Listen to how he said. Check this out.
Security cameras, how come there was multiple red boxes and there was only her walking through? Like, it was detecting another person walking. And then, how come they took forever to release the videos and shit? Why wouldn't they just...
Dumb as hell because they didn't have enough evidence. It was nothing but because when you go to the real, what they give me to you? When you go like to the real video, they show people the video and interrogate it. It's not no boxes. Like.
So who messed with the videos?
You got people who good as fuck fucking with the video. Like when they was
Who's fucking with the videos and shit?
Undercover people, like just basically not even detectives, like motherfuckers, conspiracy people.
Hey, Mike, can you check the ice machine on the 10th floor? It's not working.
So far as in this hotel probably being affiliated, well, not the hotel, but the owner probably being affiliated with that traffic, that organ traffic shit, that's probably true. But
You know the owner?
the owner, he ain't gonna see him, he's Jewish. He's Jewish, which I
Alright, he's definitely selling organs and shit. Oh my god. Well, every little noise in this hotel scares me. Like, I feel like everything's a camera. And then you walking behind me and shit when I'm in the basement, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna push me into a private room. It's over
What
with.
it is that's people that's coming here. The police would have been heavy on y'all ass, because we have police heavy around here, but
I just wanted to see for myself. Like, how did she? I don't understand how she walked into a
She
freezer.
walked in the drunk actions because.
So even when
Did you hear what he just said? She walked in there drunk Ashley. Check this out. This is an employee. Do this match Gina McGill narrative? Do this match Gina McGill narrative, bruh? Read this again. You ain't got to read it no more. Cause you already know what it say. Oh, they talking about Kenneka in the freezer, talking about stomach, and she know macho now. Look.
when it was cold, she.
There's people that's coming here. The police would have been heavy on y'all. We have police heavy around here, but
I just wanted to see for myself. Like, how did she? I don't understand how she walked into a
she
freezer.
walked in the drunk actions because.
So even when it was cold, she didn't turn around. So she just felt the cold and was just like, oh yeah, let's lay here.
How would he know that she drunk in there Ashley and you got an employee smoking in the coolers at that time and he an employee telling you everything that's confirmed in the letter? Man, we don't care nothing else. We want to know what he know at 1:30. At 1:30, what this statement said. Cause Trey ain't gonna knock an hour off. This at 1:30. Everything what he telling you is at 1:30. 1:30. If he's saying she walked in there drunk Ashley in the freezer, look what the letter Gina McGill explaining. Ain't this explaining the same thing? She walked in the freezer. And who was in there smoking? Guess who Macho is? You see what I'm saying? Look, listen.
Common sense, even I had to think about that shit when I get home. When motherfuckers be off drugs, they be sweating.
How was
They
her
be
shoe
hot.
off and shit?
They be hot.
Her shoes were off, and then there was multiple lip glosses. So I thought,
Yeah,
like,
that too.
who
That's
put
what
her?
had me fucked up. They said, but like I said, I think it was a friend. Isn't anybody's gonna jeopardize their job? Hell no. Everybody that work here, no, ain't nobody gonna.
I just feel like it's.
He sound like he was in the freezer. Cause keep this in mind, this the same nigga that's on the call with Cashitic. On picture with Cashitic. Shemaya cousin. And Cashitic talking about, it's a video going down with Kenneka in the room and dudes kissing up on her. Then you go to Mike Larry and then you got the Mike Larry live with the Louis Chamberlain explaining the same video. You see what I'm saying? Explaining the same video. Is it just me? Watch this.
Weird because like they took so long to like release videos.
Yeah, because they didn't have enough. What it was, what I told them.
How do they not have enough evidence though? Security cameras is so hard. It's so easy to bring her mom in there.
Think about that. We're not gonna release no videos, but we gotta investigate this. We gotta see what she had. We gotta rewind all the way back to see who the friends was. Shit, they thought I was with her. Hell no, I went with that girl. I wasn't with her at all.
So you were working that night.
Oh,
She
yeah, about
died.
5:30. She died like around 1 or 12.
She died between. I want to stop that video right there. Since he said she died between the hours of 1 and 12. Look what Gina McGee letter stated. Oh man, I was chilling with my boy Macho. Who work at the midnight shift as security. Maybe twice a week I go there to Spargo with Macho on the break, and we'll go down in the kitchen area, and this is closed, and we smoke up in the coolers. In the coolers. So let's see what's going on at 1 something. And that's a video that the news actually even know about. Hey, Is this a text message that somebody know Kenneka was alive at 1:30? Why the news would say, well, she must have been alive since y'all still had the phone. You know what I'm talking about? Hello. Then you got him saying, employee, she died between 12 and 1. And Trey Gang showed you this. Look what be going on between 12 and 1. What? Y'all help me expose them, get the shares up. We need the share game on this one. The time match up. It match up with this. Boom. Everybody know knock 2 hours off this footage and match this up with an hour off. Look what you read and then look what you get when he said this.
You gotta rewind all the way back to see who the friends was. Shit, they thought I was with her. Hell no, I wasn't with that girl. I wasn't with her at all.
So you were working that night?
Oh,
She
yeah, about
died.
at 5:30. She died like around 1 or 12. Like,
Hell no, there had security with her walking at 3.
in the morning.
Yeah.
But she died at 4.
So that mean when they look, you peep the game. Oh, if she died between the hours of 12 and 1, look at the emergency on the video between 12 and 1. So when she asked him, well, if they got her on video walking in the freezer at 3 some, when she died at 4. That go back to 2 o'clock. That still go back 1:30 to 2 o'clock. If they showing Kenneka, they got her on video walking where? To the lower level kitchen and end up upstairs. So look, this still go back to 1 something. Hi y'all. So when she asked him, well, they got her going in the freezer at 3 something. Well, she died at 2. So that means she died between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. 30 minutes. 30 minutes time gap. Cause what you think that's finna happen from 1:30 according to Gina McGill letter, right? If you put Gina McGill letter with this, what? Security went and got her from the room by the freezer. Then Lyra Norris said, yeah, it's a freezer room. She kept mentioning a freezer room. A freezer room. You saw the video when she was like, yeah, they didn't know how my sister got downstairs. They like, describe the route. They living over like, yeah, once you go back there, you know, it's a freezer room, a freezer room, a freezer room. You see it keep going back to 1 some. That's why Straight Drop said, yeah, did it happen at 1:30 or 1:50? That's confirmed now. That's confirmed. If Scrape Drop said it, Little Meek said it, and these people going back to the timestamp and look what's on the footage, 1:30 to 2 o'clock, 30-minute time gap. That's why everybody in this location, Jack. But look, we can stop it right here. Cause guess what, you got to look at this. Before we get in to all of this, how she ended up in the freezer. And since we got, can y'all thumb me up? Did we establish the timestamp that, yeah, Kenneka gonna be in the freezer at least at 1:30 to 2 o'clock. No doubt about that, right? She gonna be in the freezer around 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Right? Can you thumb me up? We agree with that? If you thumb me up and if you agree with me on that, this why you would get this. I'm finna mix the whole game up with this one. Check this out. I'm finna mix the whole game up with this one. Hold up. I'm finna mix the whole game up with this one. Guess what you gotta go back to? This. Before it happened. Look. You got to go back to this and you will see where the connection come in there. Cause look, who you finna see? Him. You're gonna see her. Right? Look who you're gonna see. These people down here. Just check it out. That's where you finna see all the staff members. So when I showed y'all, was like, oh, Trey Gang showed the staff member changing clothes and they work in the restaurant. And if you ain't watched that live that I made last night, you ain't finna understand this one. But the pay y'all gang know. Hey, I'm finna mute my microphone. Cause you got to start off from here. To make a long story short, if you want to confirm what they saying, this Gina McGill and Gina McGill showed us. Then look, this lady work in housekeeping. Miss Teresa hooking up with the lady in housekeeping on the 11th floor. This the T. That's why Miss Teresa sued not only Crown Plaza, but who else? F&F Real Estate. Guess who? Why she sued them? Cause F&F Real Estate, they house they employees. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got Miss Teresa in the lobby with the housekeeper. That's why when you go back to my last live video, that's why when you go to, hold on, I think I still probably got the video up here. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to this. Hold on.
You have the number to the person, missing person report.
So, not this one. But I ain't even finna get in all of that right now. Just to confirm this. Now you gotta watch this video before we even talk about this. Hold on. This, right? This finna lead up to this. What time he grabbing on freezer keys? Hold on. Video proof. What time that is? Ain't that said 2:39? 2:39. Would you watch that footage for Kenneka, bruh? You say you want justice. You say you want truth. You say you tired of all conspiracy theory. Watch what this is. 2:39, right? You gotta watch this video. Hold on.
Okay. This shit is getting a little spooky, man.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Cause there's two other guys that's on there talking about her with these men that I gave you.
I just don't understand why would they target her out of everybody?
I don't know.
Okay, and you're saying that we should not take our eyes off the friends?
Don't take your eyes off of them.
Who?
And I heard today on one of the sites, it said that Monifa left town.
Monifa.
I would just say open your eyes and stay prayerful. I'm serious.
Yeah, look, there's a chick that's in a white shirt that was in a Dixie changed clothes. The one that was in the room. Yeah, look, this the person that.
And look, and this going on at what time? Look what will be going. Look what time this will be going on. It's a cold part about it. So look, before you find out what happened to her, you got to go to this video. Look. You got to go and start from this side. Hi, to get the understanding of it. And Trey ain't finna mute the microphone. Cause I just gave y'all the tea, right? So you know what to look for. Look at all the staff members that was on duty on the second shift and changed clothes on the third shift. Hi, y'all. Trey Gang signing out, y'all. You just got to watch the footage. See it for yourself. And watch you finna see those sucker ass YouTubers on her working with the staff members. Watch you finna see YouTubers come in this bitch and meet up with them before it went down, Jack. That's why they playing it cool. Cause think about this. You'll be like, damn, let me go back to the Selena Gomez. Oh. That's why, look, boom. Don't he supposed to work on the first shift, right? He supposed to work on the first shift, right? You see him on the second shift, right? Yeah. That's why Miss Teresa don't want nobody to watch the footage. Cause once you understand what was going on between the hours of 1:30 and 2 o'clock, cause that's the murder scene. That's the murder scene. You got all the evidence when it comes to the cell phone footage. Everybody said what they saw. You got YouTubers telling you what they saw and they claim they weren't even there. So you got to watch this footage to get up to like, oh, that's how they got away with it. Look at everybody you see on the footage. The cold part about it, I never looked at it like this year, but everybody that checked in this hotel is a part of it, bro. You ain't got to believe me. Do your research. And I was like, damn, why no YouTube? Because this would be big content right here for a YouTuber. This would be if a YouTuber like, you know what I'm saying, content and actually giving their viewers some true facts, man, they're going to hop on this shit. Then they can pull this information up and bag it up and there ain't going to be no conspiracy theories about it. Think about it. Look at a big YouTuber right now like Tisha Tales and stuff like that, like Tisha Tales or like what's that lady name? The Winos, what Tasha K, you know what I'm saying? What if they get on their Kenneka Jenkins case and since they like to expose the thing, what if they expose all this shit? Bruh, the media finna go crazy. You see what I'm saying? The media finna go crazy, bro. They don't want those type of YouTubers, bro, to air it out. You see what I'm saying? That make a big difference, bro. So look, with everything with Trey Gang just exposed, This how you can bag it up. Watch this footage. No pausing. You ain't gotta do nothing but watch this. It'll make sense. I promise you that. I won't be here right today if it wasn't for the surveillance footage. Then they had us thinking like this footage ain't even worth talking about. Cause all the things you just finna see is people just walking in the hotel. People checking in and out. You know what I'm saying? Don't nothing look suspicious, you know? Yeah, everything looks suspicious. Once you find out who everybody is, you be like, oh yeah, now I see why he walking in the hallway on this camera. That's why I see the beverage manager linking up with a YouTuber. That's why when the YouTuber meeted up with the beverage manager, Straight Drop walked behind him. And when Straight Drop walked behind him, guess who would be showing up in the lobby right up behind Straight Drop? Kyle Nesbitt. Right all in the same chapter. I'm like, damn. No wonder why they, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on here, not only just actors, they movie producers, executives. Not only that, these people is doctors and students and stuff. Everybody ain't gonna be no actor now. You gotta mix with actors, college students that deal in anatomy. You know what I'm talking about? A human body. See what I'm saying? So look, only thing you just gotta watch how everything finna go down. I promise you, watch how everything finna go down right at 1:30 and 2 o'clock. If this is set up, it's finna show you a setup. If the gang set this up with hotel connection, look how the hotel gonna be on the move before they get there and make sure everything goes smooth. Hi y'all. Trey Gang out. Signing out. My microphone mute, gang. Pay attention to the footage. And when you watch the footage, now you see why those YouTubers had narrative about certain people on the footage, like him with the girl and all of this stuff. And keep y'all mind, keep in mind that all of this, bruh. You see what I'm saying? Look, everybody saw this footage before. Keep this in mind, the average J for K, they watched this footage. They didn't watch the average J for K didn't watch the whole 36-hour footage. You could go on and admit to it. Yeah, I'm admit, I didn't watch all of this. I just went straight to the timestamp when they said everything that's supposed to be going down. Look how much evidence that you will be missing though. You see what I'm saying? Like for a prime example, look at all the cars. Keep in mind, if you look at the people that checking in, this a dead giveaway. You know certain people ain't checking in no hotel at certain times, cause you know when the hotel really booked. Yeah, you either gotta book that junk, you know what I'm saying? You know when checkout time, and you know when you could actually book a hotel. This nothing like Hotel 6. Yeah, you got a room. Then look, there he go right there. Now check this out. Look what time this is when you knock this out. Guess what time this is? Mm-hmm. And you finna see what's going on. You got everything else on the friends. Look, when it comes to Kenneka Jenkins case, what everybody talk about the most? Monifa. The hallway. Security running around. That's all y'all gonna talk about, right? That's what they want y'all to talk about. They don't want y'all to talk about like how this person, look, keep that in mind. This the ballroom and this where the pool area gonna be at. You see what I'm saying? Look, check this out. Make it so bad. You want to know how she got in the pool area? Look at all the people that went in this area and came out this area dressed up in business suits and ball gowns. So when Straight Drop said there was no pool, who he'll be protecting? Cause this when you're gonna see these bouncers coming from the area. Man, these folks thought the footage was boring. The footage ain't boring. Man, this turned up right now, Jack. Look at this shit. It's turned up right now. I know one thing. Normally, when people go out of town and check in the hotel, if you check in the hotel, it's like trade game. If I'm gonna check in the hotel, that means it's got to be something going on in the city, and I'm just say it'd be a party or a family reunion or a game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna check in this hotel room. You ain't finna see me walking all around this hotel. Walking back and forth to the car garage. That look, check this out. I ain't got to explain no more. Just look at the footage. Bro, this shit so cold. Look, this stuff is so cold. You finna be like, damn, I saw these. Look, you'll be like, damn, I remember seeing these guesses. Why are these guesses walking around at the time when a murder being committed? And nobody saw nothing. You see what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Let me stop it right here. Who is these people? Look, who would come in the hotel, right? If you come in the hotel, right, you just say you ain't from this town, you come from another state, and just say you there for the ball game. What conversation you would be having with the front desk? And pointing all over here. Then you coming in the hotel, then look at everybody going. Boom. Look. You see this? Look how this straight up a movie scene, bruh. Look how they would come in straight in the hotel, then they would go here. Come on, bruh. You can look at the front desk. She panicking on that goddamn computer. Look how it go down with no guests. Then he show up, right? So y'all don't peep the game. You gonna see these bastards later on. You gonna see him. You gonna finna see everybody all through the night. Who will walk around through the hotel all through the night and change clothes? Tell me that is like you gonna see Trey Gang 3 times in different clothes. Like him. Watch how he finna come in this giant. Boom. If you got a room and you coming in, where's you going? You hungry or something? Yeah, let me come in here. It's a restaurant right here. Let me go get me something to eat. You see what I'm saying? This is what a movie do. If you got something going on, just have all these people walking around and make the hotel look like it's normal. People coming in and checking out. Look who this is. Y'all know who this is? Right here. If you find out who the old lady is, what would the old lady business would be here at the hotel? I know. Her foot hurt. Guess where they finna go? Why would they come in and do the same thing? Why everybody coming in from the front door and all along walking towards the kitchen? The restaurant. The restaurant, bruh. This one thing I peep about the footage. I said, damn, everybody that come from the back door would either come from the back door and walking out the front door. Look how many groups y'all seen come in, just come from the back door in the hotel and just to leave out the front door. How many people y'all seen do that? And look how many people would come in this hotel just to walk back to the parking lot. You see what I'm saying? Look, y'all remember this car right here. Y'all remember this car right here. Remember this car right here. And guess what car gonna park next to this car? Look, they go two on the look. If you see who he is, you got him. Look who this is, bro. I'm telling you, that gay community for real, bro. My bad, y'all. Let's just say they going to where Western them at. Watch this. Don't this look like? Don't this look like if you a nigga from the street and you fucking with a boy on the low low and you and the boy walking in the hotel, would you keep your hoodie on walking with a boy? See what I'm saying? What that look like? Right? You see what I'm saying? So look, when you get this, you look, once you watch this whole footage, I guarantee you gonna be like, man, look, Miss Teresa, you wrong. Cause guess what? Y'all see this same truck right here? Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm finna put major receipts on this. Y'all see this truck, where this truck came from? Ain't mysteriously this truck coming from where? It ain't pulling in, right? Ain't this the same truck that you're gonna see when Trey Gang said, ooh, they dropping these people off at the back door? I ain't got to show the video. I already showed it. Did Trey Gang show y'all this same truck pulled up, dropped? Matter of fact, hold on. Let me stop this video. Let go to this video. What is y'all? I'ma keep this up right here. And I need to go. This. Just to confirm this shit. Hold on. Hold on. This same truck here. In the parking lot. Play that video. And this truck showed up at the parking lot at what time? I know what time it showed up. So boom, look how this truck will leave out. Ooh, and leaving out. Don't even go to the guard booth. Don't even go to the guard booth. This the same truck finna drop Zillionaire in them off. This the same truck that dropped Zillionaire in them off and those three girls when they came in the lobby. I need to find that lobby footage. I mean the parking lot. What that parking lot footage so I can show y'all that same truck pulling up. But that's finna show you all it is. Just look at how many staff members on the clock right now. Don't it look like they shortage of staff? All the staff members you see, this is the most important part. Every staff member you see, watch when they clock out and when the shift change. You're gonna see like, damn. If you see people clocking out, you expect to see people jump in their cars and leave home and actually leaving the building. But look at the area they go. You won't see them no more. You see what I'm saying? But look, this the cold part about it. What Mitch Teresa don't want nobody to look at it like this here. Before Irene even got to the party, you already got on police file that people was already in room 926 before Irene got there. And guess who would be in room? On the room on the 11th floor, the trans. Guess what time the trans checked in? Nobody never looked into that, did it? I know you never looked into that because you would have brought up the translator. Check this out. What time the translator was checked in for them to get in the room? Man, they already booked the room with the fraudulent credit card. So when the translator get in there? Hi, y'all. That's why Mitch Reed could get away with this shit. Talking about, yeah, she said she did saw my daughter downstairs with a group of girls and a group of guys because she was in the room on the 11th floor and they did see my daughter there in the room on the 11th floor. Look, boo, guess what he finna go to? Remind y'all when Tay Zonday video said, yeah, you know, they had a little pool thing going on in the meeting. Guess where they going? You see what I'm saying? And then watch this. Man, this really finna go down. Cause once you watch these two. One, look at the front desk. I can't give y'all everything cause y'all gotta think sometime on y'all own too now. I looked at this lady. I've been following this lady, bruh. If you watch that footage and follow her move, you will see why she was running on the lower level early in the morning. When J Money was on the, you know what I'm talking about? All this finna make sense. That's why you had David Pena. Then look. Just check it out. Who would come in the hotel and just check in? Come on, man. Uh-oh. Guess who we got showing up? This scene supposed to make everybody snap like, man, this a movie for real. Also, they just coming in. So if they just coming in, why they checking out? Couple hours later. And look who they with. Now y'all see this? Now look, watch this. I'm finna show everybody. Do y'all peep the game? Everybody see who this is in the lobby. Watch this. You see how this person blended in? Blended in. Ooh wee. And guess who all you else you finna see? Mm. It makes you think, who are those old people he came, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ain't that the same? Ain't that the same room that white girl went in? With the white t-shirt and black pants? Thumb me up. The white girl. Ain't that the same room that she went in? Uh, where that white girl at? Right here?
It help Shamaya and Monifa carry Kanifa down the hall. Y'all check this out. Look. Y'all see how she went over in the corner? She to look at. Now look, here they come down the hall. Look. Look, there they go, look.
So, when you see that white girl go in the room, you can't go to a room that's access to a group. See what I'm saying? If you got a group that got this ballroom book, they just showed you what group she was part of and had access to the pool area. Look who in the pool area. You got Black Hooded and came in and blended in with the old folks, right? So check this out. He done went to a room on the floor, but when he come back downstairs, peep the guy when he come back downstairs. He talked to his staff member. Y'all remember him when I showed y'all about him in the restaurant? Keep him in mind. Y'all remember that gay dude right here? Keep him in mind. See what I'm saying? That's why you got a group of people in the visibility bar. Cause nobody just don't come in the hotel and just go to a bar and drink unless they in the group and they got the bar already sold out for these people to have a nice time by the pool area. Mm. Y'all remember they said this was James Coleman right here? Look, they go the gay dude. Y'all remember they want us to believe this Joe Coleman right here. But guess what? Pay attention to this. And pay attention to him. And that's the bearish manager. And that's the bearish manager. Watch who you finna see show up with the bearish manager. Watch this. Everybody on cue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look how everybody on cue. Watch how it finna go down there, gang. You got the red hoodie, red jacket. Oh, he brushed him out quick. He asked her a question. So what are you like? Oh, he must have got on the elevator. There go that dude again. Why is he walking around? Anybody can tell why is he walking around? Remember these big girls. Now look, remember the big girls. Hmm? So, you know they're here for an event, right? It ain't like Thanksgiving, they visiting family members. They there like on a job assignment. Look who they with, right? While all of that's going down, now look at just look at the scene. Look who all coming in and walking out the motherfucker. And some of these people employees. So I was like, if in the employees on the move already at this time, right? What's really going on at the hotel? That made me think something already happened to Kenneka, bro. Man, look how everybody for the look. I believe her and that other girl at the front there, I believe all these employees stay at the hotel. I believe that. Uh, only person I don't think that work at the hotel is him, cause he the only one I showed. He the only one that I seen come in from out the building. I mean, from the parking lot and come in the building and check in. Know what I'm saying? But everybody else popping up where the elevators is. Like the maintenance man. Why would you see a maintenance man already at the hotel at 4 and 5 in the morning? Here we go, this same couple you finna see all through the night. Look. This a dead giveaway. Cause you could tell every time you see these people, you could be like, damn, all that they just finna do is just walk in the hotel. They're gonna be walking back and forth to the restaurant, back and forth to the lobby, and be like, why is y'all just moving like that? Then you'll understand, be like, oh, you had to keep walking on the footage to blend in with other people to make it look like, yeah, you know, hotel, it's just normal, ain't nothing going on. And then they gonna have the same clothes on the 10th. That's the crazy part about it. This the 8th. But they gonna have the same clothes on the 10th. Check him out. Look, he trying to sneak in. Digging in his nose and shit like he got the best pure coke in the world. Play with my nose, this shit fat right here, goddamn. I need to go back to the west side, get me a couple of grams of this shit. Oh, let me go in her, you know, to my. So why would he come here and go straight to the restaurant? And look how all of a sudden the line getting long and you know what I'm saying? And everybody checking in. Who would check in? Come on, bro. Ain't this the same dude? Look who he coming in with. Ooh, wait. You know that look odd. They coming out with him. Oh, Shadow Buzz dropped them off. I guess all these people gonna have to be together since they all walked in the door together. How all of them end up walking in the door together but ain't with each other, bruh? You see, and checking in one by one. So you mean to tell me he booked the room individually? Stop it! You see what I'm saying? Come on, you got everybody with backpacks. Look at all these college people in here, bruh. Come on, man. That's what they is, live-in employees. That's why Mr. Reese sued the F and their real estate, cause that's where the real estate on the campus. So that's cause the only way Mitch Reese could sue the real estate company if Kenneka body touched down on their property. If I'm in a hotel chain gang, Mitch Reese cannot sue if I got a gas station. Cause her daughter was killed in my hotel, but I own the gas station. She can't sue the gas station. You see what I'm saying? So they let you know it's gotta be something in real estate. Then you come to find out these people live in employee. Then she in and out different rooms. Come on, bruh. That's a lawsuit. They just like your daughter up there turning trick at a hotel, and this trick owned the kitchen, and you went up to his room, and something happened in this room, and they took you to his kitchen and killed her, and she ended up suing both for the real estate and the kitchen. That make a lot of sense. Now look how traffic just all of a sudden picking up, bruh. So now look, I tell y'all what. This the second live in a row. Trey Gang showing y'all big receipts. Man, they ain't nobody looked at this footage the way that everybody looking at it now. Cause look, this finna give you justice for Kenneka. Cause after all that you see, that's why you finna see these people here. Guess who these people with? Look right here. Well. Look who we got here. Then look, y'all gonna see this same group early in the morning. At 9, in the lobby at 9, some with King Rob walking through the lobby. You gonna see this same dude because I made fun of his shorts. So I was like, oh no, I see why she come in. Now I see why they over here. Boom, check it out. See how they keep making eye contact? That's why they got everybody coming in there just like, yeah, I need me a room for the night. Yeah, I just arrived too. I'm gonna need me a room. Don't nobody checking these rooms like that, bro. Don't nobody checking the hotel. In the hotel like this, everything already preserved. And you know, you already got a room, you just finna come and book your room. You know what I'm talking about? And boom, watch this. Check her out. Cause look, when she get to the front there, watch this. Boom. She finna hand her something. Watch this. Check it out. She just all of a sudden just hand her some, tell her what's going on, whatever she handed her, and whatever she handed her, watch how she finna handle that. Keep this couple in mind. Y'all gonna see this couple. Boy, y'all gonna see this. Everybody y'all see on the footage, y'all gonna see the same people on the footage around 1 and 2 something in the morning. In different outfits. Now look how all these people just coming out of nowhere, bruh. Uh-oh, she dipping. Oh, guess where she finna go to? And look where they going with her. Right behind her, bro. The other gay dudes. Look at all these gay niggas tread right behind her, bro. There they go. That's who they were waiting on. That's who they were waiting on, bro. You see what I'm saying? If you watch the footage, you'll see, oh, they all came in together and played it cool. Look. They was all playing the cool till she get what she needed. Bam, and then look, boom. Bam, that's the cue. Let's go, y'all. Come on. Look at all those sissy boys. Then you're gonna see these same sissy boys when she check out. And watch how everything finna get quiet. Boom. You see how they got a quick little rush, right quick? Like it's a fast food restaurant. Yeah, man. We got a little quick little rush. People need hotel room. Boom, all of them. All of them is with the dude. The trans dude. And watch, they finna come back in. These gonna be the same people you're gonna see on September the 10th when Mitch Teresa got the news. They said my daughter was in the freezer. You're gonna see this same group in the lobby on September the 10th when Mitch Teresa supposed to be allegedly getting the news. They look like some West Side Jehovah Witnesses. Yeah, we coming talk to you about the Lord Jehovah. Oh yeah, you talking about Jesus? Yeah, we talking about Jesus. Lying like a motherfucker. Did you know when they built Noah Ark and you know the symbolism of Noah Ark, get ready for the flood? So you mean it's gonna be another world flood? Yes. Where your boat at? If it finna be another flood, where y'all show me y'all boat then? Since you know, cause Noah built here, y'all built y'all yet? Well, let me know when you built your boat then, cause you know what I'm talking about. Once I see you building the boat, I'm hopping on that motherfucker. Until then, the weatherman said it's gonna be goddamn it Sunday. Sunday partially cloudy, you know what I'm talking about? They said we need to chill in the house for the heat advisory, you know. She hope we gonna knock on the door, talking about some, you heard the story of Noah's flood? I'm like, yes. You know why the reason why he built the flood? Cause God said he finna flood the world. So are you prepared when God flood the world? I'm like, well, prepared for when he come, but I don't think he coming flood the world this time, goddamn it. We got too many jet skis out here. You got big ass cruise ships. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to see, and then they gonna make you feel bad, you know, because look, that's why them goddamn Jehovah's Witness, I thought they were gang members. Cause when they were knocking on the door cause look, they fuck with the cartoon when I'm looking at Gumbo. Saturday morning, it's 9 o'clock. These bitches already knocking at the door. And you know, when you look at the peephole and you see all these goddamn old ass women with the wigs on, cause you know you gotta look at the wigs they were wearing back in the 70s and 80s. Them big fluffy joints. You know it was serious then when you got Miss Mabel and them knocking at your door, and it's about 3 on. They look, you look like, damn, them goddamn Jehovah's Witnesses. And they ain't just finna knock and just to be, they finna knock. They finna be there for a minute. Man, I remember, shit, I used to have to cut the TV off. Man, my goddamn mom, cut that goddamn TV off. I won't hurt all that goddamn shit. Goddamn TV cut off. I can't even watch goddamn Bugs Bunny no more. Early in the fucking morning, and these motherfuckers got pantalons and shit. One time they caught me outside. I believe they work for the Fed because they know how to catch you and shit. Like, when you if they knock at your door and you open up and answer that junk, you gonna be nice, be like, yeah, you know, I believe the Lord. And they be like, can we come back? You know, be like, yeah, y'all can come back. Lying like a motherfucker. And you would tell them, folks, yeah, come back around by this time. And they be like, what time would be inconvenient for you that for us to come back? And you gonna get them folks, yeah, come back around by this time. And you gonna forget all about it. Once you forget about it, that's when they gonna show up. Your ass gonna be outside. They be like, hey there, Miss Hot Chick. Yeah, you told us come around about this time. They know how to show up, you know. Cause I believe they stalking. Look, I believe they stalking the house first. Be like, yeah, we just seen them getting there. Got our work, they going in the house, let's go knock on the door. They just seen you walk in, but in your mind, you don't know that. And you in the house hiding like ain't nobody in there. Man, them Jehovah's Witnesses ain't nothing but the feds, bro. They the police. That's how they be on the walkie-talkies in the hood. Be like, yeah, 24/17. Yeah, little Snoop pull up, him and his mammy pull up. So let's go on up there, you know what I'm saying, to preach the gospel to him. And they got those big ass, hot ass wigs on. Like, damn, them old ladies got to be some cold motherfuckers. If they got all that dresses on, all that brimstone on it, and the sun beaming on their ass, then they got that hot ass wig on. Boy, you got to be a good servant for the Lord. If you going through all of that, then your feet fat as hell, because you look at those real Christian feet, those real usher feet. Yeah, them just swole at the ankles, ain't it, man? Man, this lady named Miss Pearl when I went to church. Look, it's this old lady named Miss Pearl, bro. You know what I'm saying? Miss Pearl, when you look at Miss Pearl feet like that, she got some penny loafers on, but the ankle busting out the sides of them just like a buzzing can of biscuits. And I'm like, damn, it gotta be a miracle because she can still walk on them hoes. You see what I'm saying? But on a Sunday, it's a miracle because she can do the Lord praise with those foots. You know what I'm saying? You see Miss Pearl coming there do the praise dance. Like, man, that old lady still got it. But when church service over with, it's going to take her a whole week to cooperate. Because soon as she get out of church, she gonna kick them penny loafers off and rest up for next Sunday. Now she at the doctor's out talking about my foot bads, you know. They looking at me like, what wrong with the shit? How long you been walking on these jump? We told you not to walk on this jump, but she was like, I just got to praise the Lord in these jumps. You know what I'm talking about? That's probably why I believe why them old Krugers in the old church, the old ladies at the church, boy. I believe this is why they praising so hard like that in church. This is why I believe they taking church so serious right now. Cause back in their younger days, they was the most hottest starters in the world. The shit that they done, I'd be dancing too in that motherfucker. Dancing this shit so the Lord won't look into the light when I was doing in the dark and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Cause you gotta look at Miss Pearl. If you see Miss Pearl in that mother praising the Lord, just look back in her younger day. Be like, I wanna know what Miss Pearl was like back in her younger day before she got to the Lord. And you do a background check, be like, damn, Miss Pearl, I see why you dancing in this job. We found out your nickname, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, didn't they call you Cookie back in the day? Yeah, that's Chocolate Chip over there. Yeah, now your name was Chocolate Chip, you know what I'm talking about? But now you want in the church to tell everybody your name is Pearl now, you know what I'm talking about? So you switch the chocolate to a vegetable. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, I'm just saying, goddamn it. That's why I believe they got to be praised, cause you know, if you ain't did nothing wrong in life, you won't be dancing that hard in church. You won't be all in church trying to prove to somebody, yeah, you so sanctified. You know what I'm talking about? And then look. And if you a young nigga, and if you a young boy coming into church and meet up with Miss Pearl, she probably would tell you why. Yeah, you know, they used to call me Sweet Cookie Pearl back in the days. That little boy trying to be like Sweet Cookie Pearl. Like, damn, you think about flavors. You know what I mean? You think about cookies and pearls. Like Prince said, diamonds and pearls. And come to find out, there's me a pearl behind those sheets. You know they Krugers too? That's why you don't never see them with a husband. Know all them old ladies in the usher board don't have a man. I noticed that. Cause ain't nobody finna put up with they shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you wanna go in the church and fool everybody that you just had your Bible open every goddamn day. Like you just get up in the morning, holy devout, and just praise the Lord. You got to be shitting me. I know. Let him go in the church and expose Miss Pearl. Don't let this bitch fool y'all. You know what I'm talking about? She done took a nigga down through there. Then he get to telling his side of the story. Everybody gonna look at Miss Pearl different. Like, damn, no wonder why Miss Pearl giving her life saving to the Lord. All that sin she did, shit, if you been out there eating booty all your life and know it's a sin to eat booty, and just look how many body counts, you'll be dumping out your life saving to the Lord too. When the preacher come and like, you see you been sleeping out of wedlock. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody feel bad. Everybody feel bad because everybody got skeletons in the closet and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this thing, you know, they like, man, look, let me give my life to the Lord because I done fucked up. But like, man, and this is what a prayer sound like when you being humble and ask the Lord for your real sins. You would pray to the Lord like, yeah, Lord, please forgive me. I done ate about 20 pounds of booty out here. You know what I'm talking about? I got 5 girlfriends and I ate all they ass and you know what I'm talking about. And you look, man, the Lord gonna be like, man, how many booties you ate, man? Look, it's just a going on thing. Like, you got to confess now, because you know what I'm saying? You just can't confess to one ass cheek. You got to confess to all ass cheeks. You just can't confess to the ones you got caught cheating with. Like, damn, I want to apologize, Lord. Now, you got to confess to all the booty you ate in the world. If I were God, I'd make him call it by name, goddammit. Who all booty you ate? My son. Tell the Holy Father the truth. Man, that man rap sheet gonna be long in the motherfucker. You think about a criminal sheet, think about the freak sheet. That one ain't nobody realize. You got a freak sheet out here, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of pulling up a criminal pattern, pull up your freaky papers. God damn, bitch. I'm in the body count, bitch. This shit higher than the murder rate. How many victims this bitch? She got so many victims. Look, if you I ain't gonna say no more. Ooh, shit. Oh, look, there go dude. Check this out. Guess who dude is? This the crazy part. Look who dude is, bruh. You will see him on Miss Teresa pictures. Matter of fact, you will see he the one that went and did a video said y'all leave Miss Teresa alone. She going through a lot right now. I'm her cousin. That's him. That's him. They go to employee style. And we ain't even got, check this out, we ain't even got to 1:30, 2 in the morning. Look how long the video you got to watch. Bye, y'all. That's why he walking with the maintenance man. Boom. Check this out. Ain't this funny that where all these people coming in with these luggage from? I can see this on a Friday night at a hotel. You might see little Snoop come with Queek coming that giant. Then about 10 minutes later, you might have another, a Snoop and Queek coming that giant. Look, you see? That's the same dude. And this where you finna start seeing a lot of hotel staff change clothes. This where you finna start seeing a lot of hotel staff, y'all. And it's all finna start right now. All finna start right now. So look, I'm finna end this live, and I'm gonna go live tonight, y'all. I promise tonight, cause I'm opening up the platform tonight. Hey, Bama Black, you still in the chat? Cause I'm opening up the platform tonight, bruh. And I'm gonna need you there on the platform when I open up the platform tonight. And other people that wanna join the platform. What time it is? I'm open up the platform at least around about 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. You know what I'm talking about? Look out for me at those time frame around about 9 and 10 o'clock. Look, y'all finna see straight dropping them. All these people finna come in, bro. This one is finna go down, cause you wanna know why? The movie theater's over with. Right? If you're not 2 hours old, check this out. Everybody gonna be at the movie theaters. They finna come here. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna go live around about 9 or 10 tonight. And it's just gonna be an open platform. It's gonna be an open platform. Until then, this what y'all do. Go to Trey Gang video and watch Trey Gang Kenneka Jenkins live footage, September the 8th, 2017. You can watch this until I go live, if you choose to. Cause the more you watch this video, you might want to call in and be like, yeah, Trey Gang, on that footage, I saw this shit, that footage. Let me give you my thoughts and opinions on this shit. Cause this is what I see. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I'm for real. I'm gonna go live tonight. But yeah, until then, we'll be back, gang.